One person was shot and killed inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino near South Lake Tahoe. Highway 50 near the casino was shut down for several hours earlier today as law enforcement searched for the suspect. We do want to go right to KCRA3's Erin Heft, who has been following this incident since the morning. She's now joining us live. Erin, what do we know now about the victim and the suspects?
Brittany, one man is dead and two are in jail after a fight in a bar inside the casino led to a shooting. Sorrowful embraces outside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. An early morning shooting leading to this scene, temporarily shutting down Highway 50.
Watching the video, they were hanging out from about 2 a.m. until it happened, which was right around 8 o'clock, and it looked like they got into an argument and then at the bar, and then that turned into one person shooting another person.
That call came in as an active shooter, clearing both Hard Rock and nearby casinos and keeping guests contained into their rooms. Nearly 100 emergency responders rushed to the scene.
The incident occurred in a bar inside the Hard Rock Hotel called the Center Bar, and then the suspect left the bar after he shot Mr. Garcia, left the bar, and then we later now know he went to his hotel room, got his stuff, and then got in a vehicle and left.
The suspect also left with a woman. According to officials, the two in a white Toyota 4Runner were later stopped in California by the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office. The woman, later identified as Savannah Tatapali, originally arrested for DUI, now faces both one count of DUI and one count of accessory after the fact, which is a felony charge. And the suspect, identified as Edgar Delgado, currently is being held on first-degree murder.
The DA, based on the circumstances and what the elements of the crime basically, can charge, first-degree, second-degree manslaughter, depending on what the circumstances were. And a lot of it has to do with premeditation, planning, that kind of thing.
Officials tell us both Delgado and Tatapali are in the El Dorado County Jail in South Lake Tahoe. Because both were arrested in California, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office will now work to extradite them both back to Nevada. The Hard Rock has been open for several hours at this point and operating as normal, and the investigation here at the scene has wrapped as official vehicles just left about an hour ago. Now, the man who was shot and killed has been identified as 32-year-old Omar Garcia. From State Line, Nevada, Erin Heft, KCRA 3 News.
Erin, thank you. And just before this newscast, we did receive a statement from the Hard Rock Hotel Casino Lake Tahoe. A spokesperson said in part, quote, "The team at Hard Rock Lake Tahoe is devastated and our deepest sympathies go out to the family of the victim. We are extremely grateful to our security team and local law enforcement for their swift action leading to the apprehension of the suspect and ensuring the safety of all of our team members and guests. Grief counselors are on site."
You're ready to do this?
All right, good afternoon, barely. So, my name is Dan Carberly, I'm the Douglas County Sheriff. I'm going to make a brief statement and then open it up to questions. On March 25th, 2023 at 0800 hours, Douglas County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to the Hard Rock Hotel for a report of an active shooter. The first Douglas County Sheriff's Office deputy arrived at 8:11 hours and began looking for the suspect. Mutual aid request was automatically sent to the South Lake Police Department and to the El Dorado Sheriff's Office, who responded. Inside the Hard Rock, at the center bar, one male victim was located with a gunshot wound to his head. Tahoe Douglas Fire Department transported the victim to Barton Hospital, where he later died. The victim has been identified as Omar Reyes Garcia, 32, of South Lake Tahoe. A description of the suspect and his associated vehicle was provided by Hard Rock Security and Surveillance. The vehicle was located and stopped by the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office on Highway 50 near Sierra at Tahoe. Edgar Julian Delgado, 24, and Savannah Raquel Tatapali, 26, were contacted and detained. Delgado was subsequently arrested for open murder by the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office at our request. Tatapali was arrested for DUI by the California Highway Patrol. Both individuals were booked into the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office jail in South Lake, California. I would like to thank all of the agencies that assisted us today. Our partnerships with the surrounding jurisdictions continue to be remarkable. I would also like to thank the Hard Rock Casino for their cooperation and for their assistance through their security and surveillance were instrumental in us being able to quickly identify the suspect and his vehicle, which ultimately led to his arrest. At this time, I'll answer any questions you may have.
Where are the suspects from?
Santa Cruz.
City or county or town?
I think city.
Okay.
Do we know anything about the circumstances around the relationship with the victim and the suspects?
From what we can tell, they met up at the center bar about 2 this morning and spent a good deal of time drinking and hanging out there. And then at some point, it appears they got into an argument based on the surveillance footage. And what the argument was about or what was going on, we can't tell obviously from the video, but Delgado pulled out a gun and shot Mr. Garcia.
There have been some images circulating on social media of an arrest, a car being pulled over and 2 people getting arrested. Do we know, can we confirm, I mean, I guess I could show you the photo after. Are we confirming anything? Like, are we releasing any images of the suspects, things like that? Like,
I don't have an answer to that. The stop was made in El Dorado County by the EDSO Sheriff's Office, and so if that's what the picture of it could be, I just don't know. There was a car stop, and 2 people in the vehicle were arrested. One was Mr. Delgado, who we believe shot Mr. Garcia.
so as far as any threat to the community, that's all. Do we believe that there's still anything that the community residents should be concerned of?
No, we believe this is an isolated incident. So the call originally went out as an active shooter. That's how it was dispatched to our deputies, which prompted the massive response from all over the region here. But ultimately, this would not be considered an active shooter incident, and it is what we would consider just a homicide.
How many agencies responding to South Lake, El Dorado County, there's Carson City?
So if I leave anybody out, I apologize ahead of time. So the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, whose jurisdiction the incident occurred in, the South Lake Tahoe Police Department, the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, the Nevada Highway Patrol, the Nevada Division of Investigation, the Carson City Sheriff's Office, Nevada State Parks, California Highway Patrol.
Can you know how many, if you can guesstimate how many boots were on the ground at the
I'd say between 50 and 100.
And and as far as any other guests at the hotel, nobody else was.
So one of the things that we do, or this is we've had shootings in casinos before here at the lake. Not since, we haven't really had anything since the October 1 shooting, which changed everything as far as law enforcement's response to shootings at hotel casinos. So that changed how we look at everything. It changed how the hotels, casinos look at things and stuff. So since then, this is kind of the first shooting here at the lake that we've had, thank goodness. And so the response may seem overwhelming and over the top, but that's okay, all right? We treat it as an active shooter until it isn't. And then one thing we do is we check every room, every space, every nook and cranny in the entire casino to make sure that we're not missing any victims, one, somebody else that may be injured and need help, or that we're confident that there are no other suspects.
So is that 50 to 100, is that in totality between different agencies?
Yes.
Got it.
And so single gunshot wound to the head, that's it?
That's it. Single gunshot to the head.
I apologize. We were not aware of the press conference until we walked in. Would you mind a really quick recap of the beginning? I apologize in advance.
I can do that, or I can give you the statement.
Yeah, we don't have time for that right now. We do have it on Facebook Live. We could offer you maybe a sidebar little interview after, but we don't have time for that at this time.
But a sidebar after?
Yes.
Great.
Were they arrested with that incident, or did they cause some issues?
No, they, the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office made the stop. They did what we refer to as a felony stop based on the nature of the incident, and for the most part, they were cooperative. So nobody was injured, no deputies were hurt, they weren't injured or anything, there was no altercation. So yes.
So the female was driving?
She was.
And do you have correct spellings on that? Do you have a statement that you can give later that?
The statement that I'll provide to you has the correct spelling.
Okay. Like phonetically.
Yes, and which is good because Savannah's last name I'm guessing how to pronounce. All right, any other questions? Appreciate you. Thanks for coming up.